Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Conics Made Easy. We're going to be looking at hyperbolas today. First up, hyperbolas opening to left and right. All right, if the x coefficient is positive, then we know it's going to open left and right. Now on the hyperbolas, there's going to be a minus sign in there somewhere. So you'll know it's opening left and right. First off, I know it's a hyperbola if there's a minus sign in there. But if the x is positive, he's going to open left and right. So this is a case, just like we did the others, where the center is at 0, 0. There's our different vertex points and how to draw the box. Well, let's just look at an example. So the first thing when I see an example like this is I notice that it's hyperbola because it's a minus sign. That's the first thing. Next, I see that the x squared is positive, so I know it's going to be a hyperbola opening left and right. The center is at 0, 0 because the x and y don't have any minus. They're not altered, shifted left or right. Then what I'm going to do is put a dot in my center. So I'll put a dot right there at the 0, 0 point because I have to draw this box first. So I'll put a dot there. I know that the x is shifted left and right 3. So I'll go left and right 3 and draw another dot. The y is shifted by a 4, so I'll go up and down 4 and draw a dot that way. I connect those corners and draw my box. I draw a diagonal through my corners. Those are called the isotope equations. You don't have to know that unless you're in college algebra. So if you're in college algebra, you have to know those isotope equations. But we're going to draw our lines through there. And then after that, in order to draw the hyperbola, you just draw a line that hugs each of those isotopes, touches the box at that vertex point there, and then continues and hugs the line, opening left and right. And that's how we're going to do these. So with the next one, I'm just going to shift it left or right. So same exact box, just going to shift it left or right. This particular one is shifted where the x is at 2, the y is at -3. So I'm going to draw that center dot. I've got to draw my box next. So the x is shifted 3 left and right. So I'll draw my dots at 3. The y is shifted up and down 4. Draw my dots there. Then draw this box. Draw the lines through the diagonals and then hug those isotope lines opening left and right. Now it's going to be the same exact thing if when we're opening up and down, it's just instead of drawing the red lines that I had there, instead of drawing those hyperbolas left and right, I'm just going to draw them up and down. So here we have another case B. Notice that the y squared is positive, the x squared is the one that's negative, so I know I'm opening up and down. Let's look at this example. The y squared has a 3, the x squared has a 4, so I'm going to draw my dot, center 0, 0. Then what I'll do, the y goes up and down 3, so I'll go up and down 3 and draw that dot. The x goes left and right 4, so I'll go left and right 4 on that. And then I will just draw my diagonals and then open it left and right. All right, let's do another one. We're going to shift this guy where the y is 2 and the x is -3. So draw that dot -3, 2. The y, I'm going to go up and down by 3. The x left and right by 4. And draw my box, draw my diagonals, and then hug those isotope lines up and down. They're not always given to you in pretty form. That's nice, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do the exact same thing we did before. We're going to complete the square, collect my x's, collect my y's. Notice there's a minus sign in front of this y, so I'm going to divide out that negative. Notice how the 4 was a plus 4y? Well, I need to look at this whole thing as a minus, so I'm going to divide that out. Next, I'm going to complete the square. X doesn't need any completing because he's really sweet. He's just, he didn't have any factor there with just an x term. So the y is the only one that I really need to complete the square on. So what I'm going to do is say, okay, I've got to divide this by 2, then square it, so that's a 4. Notice I'm really not adding 4, I'm actually subtracting 4 because of that minus sign. Then I'm going to divide by 16 to get that 1 over on that right-hand side. Then I've got this case where I'm going to be opening left and right because the x is positive. So let's kind of draw this a little bit. I know I have the red lines already on there, but I put my center on here, went left and right 2, up and down 4. Then what I do is I draw my diagonals through there, and then I end up drawing these red lines to make my hyperbola. And very similar to circles and ellipses, it's kind of like we're doing the same thing to all of them over and over again. And if you have any questions, you know what to do. Just email me. Bye now.